It is Wednesday's episode of Daily Bread coming at you live right at 1:15 on the East Coast. So I hope you guys planned a little bit later of a lunch break. For you West Coast people, we're coming right at you bright early in the morning to be locking in those plays for the NBA and college hoops today. Last night, if you saw the tweet from where we're currently live from at Daily Bread Media on Twitter, you saw we cashed a few left and right on player props, totals with Sosa's contrarian over, and a few other ways like that. So make sure to give us the like and retweet on Twitter. Also, make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like there as well. We're 31 subs away from giving away $250 for free. So another spot out there can be giving you those free money just for hitting that subscribe button. As usual, if you're in the Twitter chat, do it up there, but hop over to YouTube if you want to be featured. We already had people giving us stuff to be talking about for the show. We're definitely going to be touching on Sean Payton. Sosa, I don't know if you want to be doing that to start, but how are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing great. It was an interesting day yesterday. I'm glad you actually brought up the Sean Payton situation. I got a lot of friends who are Saints fans. I got a lot of friends who are Saints fans. I was actually on the phone this morning with my boy Bun, who's like a huge Saints fan, and um, I really was just reassuring to him that the organization's in way better shape than it was when he found it. I think a lot of people who are newfound Saints fans don't understand that he built the culture there himself. Before he showed up, it was no culture in New Orleans as far as football goes. I mean, we all are familiar with it being a great city, and but for what he did after Katrina, and like I said, I have friends who are from New Orleans, from Louisiana. Some of them are very understanding of the fact that he created the culture down there as far as the football team goes.
There,
That I think that
I was about
that
to say, are you giving some Aaron Brooks slander?
no, 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 no. I'm just saying it's just you understand. Like it's like you feel why they might feel the way they do. You know what I
No,
mean?
it was cool seeing all the tweets, even though it's from the Big J websites about the Peyton Super Bowl run, how he got that city back, just the cool pictures of him going around the town. 16 years there definitely made a huge impact,
Absolutely.
and he made the Dome a home field impact that used to not be there.
Absolutely. And also, yeah, like I said, he said he created a culture there. That's why, again, that's why you feel it like immediately. It's because he directly built it or helped build it. But I will say this New Orleans organization is not in as bad shape as people think. They have the best defense in the entire division. And if Tom Brady decides to go be a family man, they're in good shape because the division fucking stinks. So I would not be as scared as people think of, them being in the doldrums of mediocrity for like the next decade. I heard some people saying some dumb shit like that yesterday. I'm just like, um, the
The
culture's
next
been
two
set.
years are very key, though, because they're kind of not in that rebuild mode. They're still in that win now, need a quarterback,
Absolutely.
need one other piece. Thomas healthy is a completely different game changer there. So that's kind of where they have some big decisions. So I think it could be more of just Saints fans in general just being extremely nervous because this isn't a type of window where you want to lose a guy like Peyton.
The only thing here that I've looked at everything because, like I said, I have a ton of friends who are legit Saints fans. Um, Bro, outside of Marcus Williams, who they'll franchise tag, they lose no one of significance defensively. They have a solid offensive line. They got the franchise running backs, franchise wide receiver. They're drafting high enough to get an impact player at receiver. I honestly believe that obviously they have to address the quarterback position, but I do not believe that the Saints are in dire straits like people think. Listen, the cap numbers are all that cap stuff doesn't matter. Mickey Loomis is a whiz. They understand how to play 4D chess in New Orleans. They've been doing it for years. So
All
I
right.
would not
So
be worried about that at all. To be totally honest, that's just my thoughts. I mean, everybody worries about this cap stuff. They have done such an amazing job maneuvering that over the past 5 to 6 years that I don't think that's really an issue. I think that you guys are worried just because of the face being out of the building, but I do not believe that this is like the end of the road for the New Orleans Saints in any capacity. That's just my honest opinion.
To wrap this up, so right before we start getting into the best plays for the hoop slate tonight, is he TV analyst,
Oh fuck no!
retired, or is he coaching
He a
next
Cowboy
season?
coach in 2 years, no question. This just
So is he chilling next year? Is he in a booth for TV,
yeah,
or is he coaching?
I think it's TV first. I mean, we've got Jerry Jones on record saying that he never wanted him out the building. He can't believe he let him out the building. Um, I think all the stars align for Sean Payton to eventually end up in Dallas.
All right, we gotta get
Especially,
off this. I don't need to hear any of
I
this
know
right
you're
now.
sick about it, bro, but also if you hear Jerry Jones is like non-committal when it comes to Sean Payton, I mean, you just got to be honest with yourselves. He's always wanted to be in Dallas. And I think he'd be the only guy where Jerry would put his ego to the side and say, "This guy can get it done for me." He made the mistake badly, very badly, of letting Jimmy Johnson out the building a long time ago. And if he could have redone it the right way and not had a beef with Jimmy Johnson, um, these old heads that are now old heads would probably have a championship in Dallas by now. But he's gotten in his way. He's continuously gotten in his way, and he's continuously hired good old boys that were good soldiers. He needs to go out and get a Hall of Fame coach in Sean Payton. Truth be told, that's what it is. I do believe that this is that he will end up being the Dallas Cowboys coach at some point. The writing's on the wall. Nobody's stupid. He didn't say he was retiring. He said he was stepping aside. He's not done. Y'all know it. We know it. It is what it is.
All
He
right.
will be back in Dallas. We all fucking know it. So
We saved our end of the show rant for the beginning of the show today. So we'll be talking about bets for the rest of the way there because we had the Curry one yesterday, which was a good one. That's also in the tweet if you want to go out there and be checking that one out. And make sure, as usual, the show is powered by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. If you want to get involved, send a DM there.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So last night, Rutgers game didn't come out the way Goose and I were intended. I mean, they made 2 less buckets. It was just Ayala and Fats were just unconscious. Both dropped 20. We're just hitting contested 3 left and right. Always a good time, though.
Shout out
I was
to
talking to Goose about another Big Ten team, Michigan. I think their last 2 games have been showing that are they turning around the ship? Are they going to give us that false confidence, make them think they're a buy-in team in March before they go dwindling out early in the tournament? They've been rolling of their past 2 games. They got Northwestern coming in today. The 8 is very enticing, and I do like where that's sitting, but Michigan plays slow. That's kind of where, even though I want to lay the 8, I like the 72.5, the team total over a little bit more for Michigan than I do for them laying the 8. So you got any thoughts with Northwestern coming in?
uh I think that this is one of those games where Michigan makes a statement. I think Michigan covers the 8, to be honest with you. They got a cover under their belt. The last, like you said, they kind of came back around. They're coming back in the round. They're rounding back into form, and having Dickinson in the lineup obviously changes everything for this team. When he doesn't play, we see his direct impact. As long as Dickinson's in the lineup, I do believe Michigan covers tonight. I mean, they are a talented team. Cohesion has been a problem. Uh, Execution defensively has been a problem. Um, and also understanding the identity that they want this team to have has been a problem. They want to they this is not that they don't play the brand of basketball that Jawan Howard showed up on campus to play. They play Phil Martelli basketball. They play slow paced, walk it up, boring basketball. I just think that in this particular matchup, Michigan's just a more talented team, especially with Dickinson's availability. And I think that, like you said, this is where they win, 4 or 5 straight. They can't afford to really lose games at the crib because they know that they need to have these games in their pocket and not on the spreadsheet as a bad loss when the NCAA committee is deciding whether they're a 8 or a 12 seed.
Yes, sir. That's the biggest one here. And just matchup wise, you can break down the stats, but I think this is Northwestern's. I mean, the Big Ten isn't easy by any means, but they're in their gauntlet of Purdue, Illinois, Michigan all back to back to back. They're looking ahead to the Rutgers and Maryland game that's coming up right after this one here. So that's
Chris
kind of
Collins
where
these
I'm
days?
going to be rocking the 72.5 over at -110.
How sick is Chris Collins these days, huh?
I don't know how he's still there, man. He
I
has
don't know.
something on somebody in that
It's
organization.
it's because he fucked up. It's because he fucked up at Duke. He got thirsty, got fucking thirsty, and took the job at Northwestern when he should have just sat his dumb ass on the bench and waited for Coach K to fucking retire. He's a jackass. That's what happens when you get thirsty. That's what happens when you want to be the guy and you're not the fucking guy. Chris Collins,
Oh,
fucking idiot.
one last little segue here. Someone who they thought was the guy, not the guy, is Chris Mack.
Another jackass who should have never got a job. Another jackass,
Does
Chris
he
Mack.
is he
All
gonna
you
have the Shaka Smart complex where it's too big of a school because he needs his type of guys to play his type of style? And when you have too much at your disposal, you just kind of fuck it up because you see Shaka at Marquette right now. This is looking like the old Shaka that we love.
it's looking like he fit, right?
Yeah,
It's looking like he fit. You know what it also looks like? It looks like he has the support of the school that he's fucking working at.
because he wants to get to they want to keep him there instead of going
Oh,
to Madison because that's my big play.
oh,
But that's a good way to get into we can talk Providence going into Xavier, then we can talk about Marquette and Seton Hall, and that's how we'll wrap up today's
with
college basketball
with
bets.
Providence, I faded Xavier once. I really want to take Providence first half with the 4.5. I just it's something about this line to me that just seems a litlittle too
It's
large.
extremely high for not
Eight and a
Providence is
half?
right at the top 50 fringe.
It's crazy.
It's the tier in the Big East. It's Villanova 1. You got Xavier like 2/1B, and then you have the rest of the Big East kind of just right there. And that's what I kind of think. It's Xavier is just a little bit higher bit of quality than Providence. It's just Providence has that switching defense that will give Xavier the issues. It's going to be are the guards going to be able to handle that pressure? And fucking Providence is 16-2. They've shown that they can handle all that pressure. So that's why that 4.5 might be trying to tell you something. Nate Watson
This has to
looks to be in the lineup because that would be the only way that I could not feel confident
this
back in the 8.5 here.
this line has like a very historic line behind it because I just think this is based on performance of prior Providence teams in Sentis Center. Because it's of all the lines I've looked at tonight, this one makes the least sense. We've watched this Providence team match everybody that they faced, literally every team that they've played, and I just think the line's too. I just think the line is too extended for these two teams. I prefer if anything I'm going to bet it will be Providence first half plus the 4.5. I just at -112. Everyone starts at 0, and nothing about Xavier tells me that they're 5 points better in a 20-minute span with equal athletes. I can't do it. I don't care if the game's at Providence or at Xavier. I like Providence to hang in the first half. I also love their coach. We love their coach.
Yep. And then the one thing that I was checking out earlier today, there's some good graphs that are being shared out on Twitter. Xavier's a team that doesn't rely on runs to beat you. They're very consistent. We're going to get 2 points to 4 points every 4-minute media timeout. That's how they're built to beat you. They're not a streaky team. Providence falls on a little bit of the streaker angle, but that's why I'm going to be rocking with the under here. Same mindset with that. I think the pressure is going to be too much. Under 138 -110 is play number 2. And to wrap it up in the Big East action, Sosa, we were just hyping up Shaka. Are we going to put our money behind them now?
Is the game's at Marquette, correct? Or no, the
No.
game's on the road at Seton Hall.
Yeah.
I've thought about this. Seton Hall coming off a straight up L at the crib against St. John's.
Yeah, they're back in the Prudential Center now. They're not in that 1,300 just student gymnasium. St. John's coming in, revenge spot. Just Seton Hall did not score in that second half whatsoever.
Steamrolled them, bro. I couldn't believe what I was watching. For me, that's difficult. I would have to veer towards a Seton Hall bounce back today, and that's just where I would I love, like I said, I love Shaka. The line may be a little too high, but again, um, Seton Hall lose tonight, man. We talking about them not even being on a first four out. To be totally honest with you, the conference not good enough for them to be losing 4 or 5 games.
No,
So
they
yeah, I listen, and yeah, I think for me it's just stay away. You, I'm gonna basically wait for whatever analytics you have in regards to an over and under. But in regards to this particular matchup, as much as I love Shaka Smart, it's extremely difficult for me to bet against a Seton Hall team that's in dire need of a win.
Yeah, and Seton Hall's last opponent before they did the NBA style back to back with the Johnnies was Marquette. They ended up taking a 1 point L in Marquette 73-72, and that game was pretty much back and forth throughout. It's a tough one just because I think the guard play can do it. We're going to see the high pace here once again. Seton Hall, you burned me with that over. We're going over 145.5 minus 110 here. That's how I'm going to wrap up my 3 plays for the day. Flores, my last play was the under 138 in the Xavier game. So let's get to the NBA.
Let's get it. Let's get
Bruce,
it.
don't
Let's
be
get it.
done with the Rutgers team.
Oh man, listen, the NBA's got a great slate today. A lot of opportunities to win money. Um, and I'm gonna get straight into my first couple props that I love. In the first game that I'm looking at is this Cleveland Cavaliers Milwaukee Bucks game, and tonight we're gonna fade the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Whew.
I know everybody loves them, but we're going the other way. We went the other way last night with that Dallas over that hit for us. I like Milwaukee with their big three available tonight to give Cleveland issues in Cleveland. I think Giannis tonight stands up, shows the world he's that guy. They're a team that's rounding into shape. They're getting people back. Brooke Lopez be back soon, and they'll eventually end up being a top 2 team in the East and eventually win the NBA championship, like I predicted at the beginning of the year.
Sosa, do we give the viewers a little bit of extra dough here?
Sure.
There's a great angle with this Bucks team if you guys have been living under a rock. This season and the prior 2, Bucks are 24-11 ATS against division opponents, 31-4 straight up. Got a nice little small 4-point spread coming at you tonight.
Yes, sir. And a couple of plays that I love in this one. We're going to go Jrue Holiday over 1.5 3-pointer made. That's at minus 110 or minus 112. And I like Jrue Holiday with 3+ threes at plus 280. And then we're going to go with an under tonight. And this is based on me being the Jrue Holiday fan that I am. That is going to be Darius Garland under 22.5 points tonight. I like Jrue to put the clamps on him. I like the perimeter wings from Milwaukee to give Darius Garland hell. And y'all know I'm not, this ain't no bias because y'all know I love Darius Garland. But these are the type of games where Jrue Holiday makes it a point of, this is where exactly. I'll show that comment by Eddie. Yeah, it sounds sweet. It all sounds good. But watch, bro. Jrue finna have him in jail. These are the type of games that Jrue Holiday live for. And he's finally healthy. He's finally getting his full minutes. He's on minutes restriction the first couple games back. Watch. I like Jrue Holiday to give that young man hell tonight. No Jarrett Allen in the middle. I love Mobley. But at some point here, we're going to have to see this Cleveland team return to the mean. It's the expectations that we had were so low that they've played so amazing, yet and they've withstood every single negative thing that's happened to them, that at some point, you say it better than me, water finds its level. they can't just keep getting away with it. You know what I mean? At some like
Mhm.
like I said, this Milwaukee team, they're doing the same shit they've done the last 3 years. Moonwalk through the season. No one plays too many minutes. Giannis gets his same efficiency. He's in the conversation for MVP like every other fucking year, and they've basically just flown under the radar. The Milwaukee Bucks still the best team in basketball. Y'all can argue that till the cows come home. I don't give a fuck what their seed says. When they're healthy, they're the best team in basketball because they have every piece that fits their system, and they're 12 guys deep. Pause. Um,
Shout out Tay. Thanks for popping up in here.
my boy Bomb Squad. You already know what it is. If y'all don't
Great
know,
YouTube channel as well.
that's our boy Tay Jones, professional boxer out the ATL, legend himself, man. One of the bronze bomber guys. He rocked with what's my man? Oh my god, why is his name fucking slipping my mind? The dude from Alabama, I keep forgetting. The dude who lost to Tyson Fury.
I'm just gonna let you keep
I'm tripping.
struggling. He fought Fury.
I'm tripping, dog. Why
He
am I
fought
fucking
Fury.
Deontay Wilder? I'm tripping.
There you go. Come on, man.
I said his nickname. I just couldn't remember his fucking name. Yeah, don't mind me. I also have two, like I said, let me get to my two other plays. Those are 3 plays from one game. Obviously, you can parlay them in the same on the same game if you want. Again, if you want me to read them back, Giroux over 1.5, 3. Giroux 3+3 is at +280, and Darius Garland under 22.5 at even money. The other 2 plays that I love tonight, I love the over in the Charlotte Hornets Indiana Pacer game. The Charlotte Hornets and Pacers, they always go over. There's very little defense played between both teams. And I just believe that trend continues. Charlotte has started slow the last couple of games. I like that game to go over. That's just my personal take on that. The 2 other plays that I love tonight are, you already know how I'm rocking. James Harden. I really want to wait because I think Kyrie's supposed to play tonight, but his lines aren't up. Do you have any lines on Kyrie?
Let me check it out for you. Just keep going with your next thing. It's going to take me like 2 seconds to get to Kyrie.
Right. And shout out to your boy Clay. Your boy Clay started going crazy, huh? He started going crazy last night he had a little run. Yeah, he started getting hot. I know you were excited.
It's always good to see him chilling.
I know that's your man. I know you love Clay. Yeah, I can't get a lot on Kyrie, but
because it's at Brooklyn.
Oh, the game is at Brooklyn. I'm tripping. You're right. That I was reading 5 out of the next 7 games are on the road. I'm tripping. That's me. I thought they were playing. I'm now looking at it's Denver at Brooklyn. So yeah, obviously you're betting James Harden triple-double again, right? Like I made it clear to y'all last night. If those 2 guys aren't in the fucking lineup, you have to bet James Harden triple-double. Hopefully you guys listen and hitting the fucking Diamond Club. I would hope that you guys bet it last night. Yeah, and you're going to run it back again, whether it's a quarter unit, half unit, whatever it is, you're going to put that money on James Harden triple-double tonight. It's at +200 on FanDuel right now. Playing against Denver. Again, as long as James Harden is in the lineup with no Kyrie Irving and no Kevin Durant, he is the engine. He is going to be front and center for every single play. James Harden triple-double, never a bad bet with those 2 out the lineup. And then the 2 final plays that I like are Portland Trailblazers versus the Dallas Mavericks under 217 tonight. Both teams off back-to-backs. Dallas plays to the under. They're going to come out slow, play half-court basketball. That game will go under 217.5. No sweat. And I think that's all I really want to deal with right now as far as dropping on the show. I got a couple more things for college that I've been working on for the Diamond Club. You got anything else you want to drop as far as basketball, college?
No, I just want to correct myself. The Michigan line is for over 72.5 is -120, not -110. Xavier under 138, -110. And the Marquette Seton Hall over 145.5 for anyone that came in late.
Yes, sir. But yeah, it's a big schedule tonight for the NBA. I want to make sure that I give the people the best plays that I possibly can, and also just to maintain quality. When we do the VIP stuff, like it sounds good, but like you want to be able to, you want everything that you drop to be quality. And if that means limiting the number of plays that you give to people on the YouTube stream, then sometimes I got to do that. But you will always get the quality content from Daily Bread Media. That's one thing we do. We will definitely drop that. Shout out to my boy D Pass, Parlays and Paydays. That's his VIP. Nothing but Verde's his Twitter name. Make sure you guys are locked in with him. Jer, appreciate you. Tim, you're always locked in. Dan DeWitt's he's a staple of the fucking show. Without him, Daily Bread Media probably wouldn't exist. He was on the very first episode.
Hockey play for the guys today?
Hockey. No, not today. Not today. I'm kind of cooling.
Just fade the Flyers.
You would know better than me, man. Listen, I only drop hockey picks when I feel like it. I'm a very when I feel like it type of individual. So that's just part of the game. I mean, when I feel like it. So yeah, I'm trying to think if we have anything else. Any transfer news? They figure out where Caleb Williams going to college yet next year?
No, not yet.
So he hasn't.
I saw some crazy circle how he's going to end up at Nebraska. That was the wild rumor of the day I saw.
Listen, the school I think that no one's bringing up is Clemson. I think people are forgetting that Dabo has had the ability to get players to pull up. I think rumors of the demise of Clemson football has been greatly exaggerated because of this NIL stuff. I think we need to pump the brakes a little bit. As long as Norvell's the coach at Florida State, he don't have a motherfucking thing to worry about. I mean, Clemson's defense was still ranked top 15, and the team was fucking trash. So, yeah, I think they'll be just fine. Lingo Wick, Blue Jackets Flames over 6. I like that. I heard the Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin was.
Yeah, that's why I just said it was the wild rumor that was floating around today.
Nebraska,
that I saw.
Wisconsin. Wow, if he goes to Wisconsin, they got that running back that's like 17.
It is what it is, man. Maybe paid for play. We can cover something on the college transfers. Tomorrow, we'll be back live right around the same time to catch some more Daily Bread. Tomorrow afternoon, expect a paid for play college hoops episode as well, since we have the SEC versus Big 12 matchup on Saturday. So, we'll be live Saturday morning to give out the best bets. But if you want to go through the SEC Big 12 with me and Steven tomorrow afternoon, that's your way to do it there. Like Sosa hit on Diamond Club, check it out there. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. $250 once we hit 1,000. We out.